Then it's the two Citroens of Cassidy and Verne.
Buemi's going to power into the lead now around the outside. He definitely wants to get a bit of a gap before taking attack, because we've got one of the Citroens has got an issue.
Yeah, I think it might be Nick Cassidy, because he's gone tumbling down the order he has. He's broken front wing for Nick Cassidy. That's such a shame. The upshot is that he'll be trundling back into the pit lane. Let's have a look at what happened then. So I think it's going to be a case of lift off. He's going to clip into the back of Sebastian Buemi. He does. So just getting caught out there by the closing speed for Nick Cassidy, and you can see how much it funnels up going into that right-hander as well. So yeah, Buemi had to check up because Ericsson lifted off.
The man from Barnsley is on a charge. Ollie Rowland now up to 4.
There was some contact there going down the Saar finish straight between Maximilian Günther and his compatriot Pascal Wehrlein. Bit of wheel-to-wheel between the DS and the Porsche. It's going to open the door here for Oliver Rowland, who's going to sneak through on the both of them. That's brilliant there for Ollie Rowland. Look at Mitch Evans. Where's he come from? Because he was down in sort of the bottom half of the top 10 a few laps ago, and now he's through and into second. Make that the lead of the race. Pascal Wehrlein's up through and into second position, so Evans going to need to be watching his mirrors, because that gap has come down to half a second. It was up at nearly 2 seconds, and Evans forces his way into attack mode then. Where's he going to drop out? He's going to be behind Pascal Wehrlein, so that's okay, because Wehrlein's got 1 minute less of attack mode now remaining as we come through turn 7 on the run down into turn 9 and 10. This is where Evans needs to make the move for the lead to try and hold on for the victory. Down we go into the left-hander, and he's done it. And now Wehrlein needs to keep his mirrors on full alert, because he's going to have Oliver Rowland.
Mana Mandalika.
But there's a yellow flag down the pit straight here.
I think that's slippery surface. Is what it says on our timing screen. There it is, yellow flag. So no overtaking. There it is, a bit of debris on the left.
He's overtaken him under a yellow flag.
I wonder if
He has. He's
Yeah.
overtaken him under a yellow flag.
The rider. With shots from pit lane, where the rider is returning to his.
Titip like beli guys. Titip like beli.
Formulary's latest innovations pushing EV technology forward. But that's just part of the story. Formulary continues to shape the future of electric cars, and we sat down with driver and EV technology expert Lucas de Grassi to explore exactly how that impact is being felt.
So the main reason Formula E was created was to be a laboratory for electric technology, to be accelerated to a stage that the transition from combustion engine to electric would be accelerated. all the technical regulation that we developed in this championship was to push the manufacturers to come up with clever ways of pushing these boundaries of the electric technology forward. So then this new technology would be transferable to the cars on the road. The efficiency of an electric motor cannot be matched by a combustion motor. There is a thermodynamic limit we can achieve with the combustion motor that cannot go over 60-65%. An electric motor, on the other hand, uses electron in a very effective way. So the most modern motors, they can convert up to 98% of that energy into mechanical power. And when we look at combustion and electric motors, although they exert the same function, they are completely different technologies. So we are experiencing this transition from one technology to another, which is way better, cleaner, and cheaper, and simpler. It was unimaginable to think we'd be able to do pit stops and charge like 10%
Apa copy content pula? La ilaha illallah.
at 600 kilowatts. That's almost 1,000 horsepower of electrical input into the battery. And this technology, when it's mature enough and will be in every station, it will consume a similar amount of time for you to charge your car or to
Ui.
fill it up with gas. And then the range anxiety will go down massively. The electric
Ikan dia laju
technology
kan?
evolved massively. In the beginning of the championship, we had 2 cars per driver, but essentially 2 batteries. We had to use one battery, then jump in the middle of the race to another car. While now we have 2.5 times the power, and the car lasts longer than the 2 cars that did 10 years ago. So Formula E evolves the cars in generation. And the biggest step ever is the Gen 3 to Gen 4. So the car goes from 350 kilowatts to 600 kilowatts. The car will be massively faster, like 10 seconds a lap faster. And the car is a beast, way more performant. I think very, very soon, then the big breakthrough will happen. Because then Formula E becomes the fastest cars on the planet.
Kena strike lagi lah. Aduh, apa halnya TikTok ni?
Time now to turn our attention to Monaco and take a closer look at what makes this principality the crown jewel